hometown that gives him energy. He also says that this crowd will not allow Pernell Whitaker to run from him, that they will force Pernell Whitaker to fight him, and Greg says that plays into his hands.
You think Haugen learned something going to Providence, Rhode Island to fight Vinny Pazienza when he lost the decision up there? Oh, and a solid right from Whitaker.
Haugen tried to move away from it, but Pernell's hands just got that jab there too quick.
One of the things Greg Haugen might have expected from Pernell Whitaker was for him to fight going backwards. But look how aggressive Whitaker is being, and Greg Haugen trying to shake it off, saying nothing's bothering me.
Another good stinging stiff jab by Pernell Whitaker.
Greg Haugen said that he thought Vinny Pazienza was every bit as quick as Pernell Whitaker. Keep in mind that he's never been in the ring with Whitaker, but I doubt that's the case, Alex.
I think if we could interview him right now, he might take that back.
Yeah, I think he might as well. Again, the right jab from Pernell Whitaker, and a trio of jabs from Greg Haugen. The middle one connected. Not a great deal of fighting in reverse by these two.
One of the interesting things coming in, Dan, was who would initiate the action. Both of them like to counterpunch. We saw some counterpunching there by Pernell Whitaker after Haugen started, and a good left hand by Whitaker.
And there he goes to the body, and Greg Haugen is covering up.
He's covering up, but those punches are getting through. He can shake his head and he can smile all he wants, but Pernell Whitaker's gotten out of the gate much faster than the champion Greg Haugen.
I think you're right, Alex. Anytime a guy tries to laugh it off, he's trying to disguise something. And Pernell Whitaker has dominated here in the second round. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment. Greg Haugen.
First one was real close. I thought Pernell took over a little bit in the second round. This is the form that we expected. Greg Haugen has always been a slow starter. He felt that if he could win 2 out of the first 4 rounds. Oh, my.
Well, Haugen tried to laugh after the first jab, but the second jab, now there is a study in wiping the smile off someone's face. Fight goes, the more the advantage might swing his way.
Oh, he definitely thinks that. He says that Whitaker tired against Ramirez, he tired against Mayweather. Good body punch right to the body by Whitaker, and you saw Haugen off balance, and again on the ropes.
And a right uppercut from Whitaker got through the defense of Haugen, and you can see the chin fly back. 3 good rounds. We'll be back for round 4 in a moment.
Let you mess and come back with a shot. He really hasn't been the kind of combination puncher that Pernell Whitaker is. It's been successful for him in the past, but whether he can, change his style right here in against maybe the toughest opponent of his career remains to be seen. Haugen just not getting off on that exchange. How he can stand there and let Whitaker hit him 3 and 4 times and not let anything come back. They're a single punch, but single punches aren't going to get it done.
Frankly, I think Greg Haugen is a
first showboating by Pernell Whitaker. Pernell says, when I showboat, it's the equivalent of a basketball player with a flashy dunk. I'm trying to intimidate the opposition.
Well, he's tried that behind the back punch before, and a scoring combination by Pernell Whitaker. Now, Greg Haugen covered up in the corner, but I don't believe he was hurt. We want to alert our ABC stations along the line that at the conclusion of this round, we're going to be taking a station break. And a solid left to the chin of Haugen.
Let me tell you something about Greg Haugen. He's really been a distance kind of fighter.
Well, then tough to understand his strategy, unless it's just a...
Oh!
And there, a solid blow from Whitaker, and that is a knockdown.
A tremendous inside left hand counter punch. Greg Haugen was jumping in. Pernell Whitaker timed it perfectly and got caught. First time he has ever been down as a pro or an amateur. Room to get off an effective counter punch. You see Greg jumping straight in again. Better watch himself and not get caught again with that little left hand counter. Again, there it was.
The left hand, and Greg Haugen walks right into it. We're going to stay here between rounds. The bell sounds. That's the conclusion of round 6. See that later.
Body punch, and those were clean body punches. Those were above the belt. Very difficult when both men are bent over like that to get home legal blows, but Whitaker did it. He did it again just there.
The maturation of Pernell Whitaker continues. 7 solid rounds. The opening set, right-handers used to that. And that solid left scores, drops the head of Greg Haugen, whose face and cheek area is starting to swell considerably. And another left. And Greg Haugen right now looking anything but like the champion.
He looks like a punching bag, and they should just put Everlast on him and let Whitaker punch. I mean, again, that time Haugen complaining about Whitaker's head.
Watch your head, that's the last time.
And Rothenberg warned Haugen. Told him it was the last time.
The 8th round is coming to a close.
Watch your head!
This championship bout scheduled for 12.
Power away. He just is not getting leverage on anything.
Greg Haugen just can't seem to figure out anything about Pernell Whitaker. Every move he tries, Whitaker counterpunches. He can't seem to defend himself against the jab of Whitaker, and this strategy of going up against the ropes and just getting beat up, inexplicable. And Whitaker reacting to the crowd, giving them what they came to see. We're in the 10th round, and Pernell Whitaker looks like he just came out for warm-ups. Haugen again hung up on the ropes, just content to stand there and take it.
Talk about quickness. You saw Pernell Whitaker there triple with left hooks to the body. You can watch a lot of fights and not see that combination.
Say, well, maybe Pernell Whitaker doesn't have any knockout power. He could put Greg Haugen away. Keep in mind, Greg Haugen is the world champion. And as he takes a beating, comes up laughing. But that's certainly not winning anything in the judges' eyes. But Greg Haugen had never been knocked down before. Whitaker dropped him earlier in this fight. And a man of tremendous courage. Resembling what Pernell Whitaker has given him here this afternoon.
A lot of people would say that's a mistake by Pernell Whitaker. A lot of people would say when you're this far ahead, you better just try to sit back and be happy with winning a unanimous decision. But Pernell Whitaker got robbed the first time he fought for the title, and he isn't going to lose any room for doubt in this fight.
Alex, referring to the decision, his loss to Jose Luis Ramirez in Paris. And you think the crowd here is enjoying themselves? You think?
Almost as much as Pernell.
They break